Hello everyone, I'm Lufko and welcome to a new video. Today's video is gonna be a little different and a little different because one, it's not gonna have any gameplay because in today's video I'm gonna be going over the new OTA updates that will release or will be uh, released today. They SD and the Discord and everywhere else, they already said the OTA updates yesterday when I'm recording this. But yeah, I'm just gonna go over them. Maybe when you watch this video, it's already been released. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, I wanna be going over the new OTA stuff and the data mines that happened because this Tuesday was Patch Day, and Patch Day always means new data mines, and that is new season pass cards, new variants, new stuff in general. So I'll be going through all of that. Yeah, I'm seeing all of this information in snap.fan. So if you wanna read it for yourself, you can always search it here. And on Snap, yeah, on a bunch of Snap related pages, it's gonna be all the info too. So yeah, also today, Thursday, new video. Weird day for me to upload a video, but hey, today OTA releases, so let's just upload this and I might do it more times this OTA stuff. Not sure yet. We'll see. Yeah, let's begin with this. First, Angela. Angela is going from the 2-0 to cost 0 power and plus 2 power to a 2-3 that adds plus 1 power. I don't love this change. I can understand it because you see the current meta. Angela is everywhere. She is everywhere. So they're giving her some good power because 3 power is not bad to start, and then plus 1. It's not the best because you need a lot more to get her where she usually gets now with Kitty and other cards. And I can understand it. I don't love it because I like having Angela at the top of the meta, but they had to bring her down a bit, I guess. Because they said, once more we've seen Angela Dex rise to claim a huge share of the metagame. On some weeks, Angela Dex managed to exceed 20% of all games played while being the best deck. So you can understand this by reading this. Angela was a big part of the meta, which is well above our threshold for help. Yeah. If the decks were dissimilar, that would be one thing, but over time, these decks have largely homogenized to use the same core of cards with a handful of differences and an occasional small combo, like an Illusion, Century, Darkhawk, and the rest. We're trying more generous nerf than last time, since we do like these decks existing but not at this level, and Angela is the biggest culprit in pushing them to similar cards like Kitty, Jeff, and Nature. So yeah, basically the same package, Angela, Kitty, etc. The same package watching a bunch of decks, so Angela took the hit for all of those. Now Hercules, this is a change that I like because I got Hercules last week. Last week was Macario week, and it took me for yeah last week. I pulled Hercules in the instead of the 1K tokens, but people can also people will also be able to get Hercules next week because next week is Arisham, Black Swan, and Hercules in spotlights. So good timing for the nerf. Hercules compacts to spotlights. They a nerf. I said nerf. A buff. Sorry. Good timing for the buff. I don't know why I said nerf. But yeah, Hercules goes from a 4-7 to a 3-4. This is good because biggest problem with Hercules is you always end up playing him too late and don't get a lot of value out of him. So now it's obviously less power, but that 3 power won't matter if you start bouncing a torch. If you start moving the torch and stuff and try to play big torch tribunal deck, for example, that 3 power with Hercules won't matter because you would be able to get a lot of more power with the human torch because being able to play this on 3 instead of 4 or on 4 and a 1 cost card, it's huge. It's pretty big value. Now, they said the change we made on how to service a few weeks ago didn't have as dramatic effect as on movie I was expected, and Phoenix 4 has some very good performances. However, a handful of cards did get meaningfully worse as a result of the change, and we're going to improve some of them this week. Hercules was the biggest negative change, so we decided to go ahead and give the Shiko's version a chance to compensate. Players seem enthusiastic about this idea when Hercules first released, so we hope you enjoy trying it out. So yeah, here they're talking about the move change that they did a few weeks ago, where move always triggered before cards revealed, so you could no longer move one multiple man, play a card, then move another, do all of that stuff, because all of the move were resolved first, and some cards got the benefit from that, but it mostly just hurt move in general. And this Hercules is, and a bunch of other changes that we'll see soon are going to help the whole move archetype in general. And here's another. Kingpin will go from a 2-3 to a 1-2. I mean, it's not a huge change, but being a 1 cost might give some life back to Kingpin because no one plays Kingpin. There's just the rare occasion of someone running a meme type of deck that runs Kingpin, but other than that, no one runs Kingpin. Now, Kingpin also took a hit with the change to move, so we're going to see a more efficient cost will improve this card performance. Landing easier should make it like Kingpin into core for decks trying to play a lot of 3 and 5 cards that move enemy cards. So yeah, moves effects triggering before the card's reveal. Kingpin doesn't get the hit on the card doesn't get the negative power. So they're just trying to be able to play Kingpin earlier so those cards do actually get affected. We'll see how it turns out. I don't think this card's gonna end up being extra relevant either. But yeah, we'll see. Now we move to Miles. I was a bit sad when I saw the change to Miles because I only play Miles in C5. That's the only deck where I play Miles. I don't play a lot of moves, to be honest. But yeah, that's the only deck where I play Miles, and now Miles won't be a C5 card. He'll be a C6. And C6 is not great. It's not great. But I mean, is taking aside the C5, it is a great buff because it goes from usually being a 1-5 to a 1-6, and that 1 power for 1 cost, it's pretty good. Now, in the notes, they said the last of our move buffs, the last of our move buffs goes to Miles Morales. Nothing too fancy here. It just seems like there's room to add power to the card. It does disrupt a movement-based Cerebro 5, as I said before. Deck that we've seen from time to time, but that deck hasn't been very popular, and we'd like to see Miles could find more homes than that. Yeah, so they took out the Cerebro 5 move type of deck. They took out Miles out of it. We'll see how Miles performs now. Then we move to High Evo. This is a nice buff. It's not gonna do a lot for High Evo decks, but it is a nice buff because in High Evo, you have High Evo in hand and you have Sunspot on board. You always full float. You always, instead of playing Haibo, you let Sunspot get the energy, the power, because it reduces the She-Hulk. If you run She-Hulk in the deck, it means you're floating energy, so Cyclops, Misty, Hulk, they trigger. Now, sometimes it would be better to play Haibo. Maybe you don't have a turn 5 play, you can play only Haibo instead of just straight up full floating. Because you get that 2 extra power, but again, most of the time Haibo's gonna end up in hand. It's not a huge change, but it is nice to see that the Haibo decks are starting to get some more love. Because it's been a few weeks since Haibo was big relevance on meta. It's not a bad deck, it's just fall down because other decks have appeared in the meta and just took over. Now, uh, high evolutionary decks have slid from their once prominent peak. Yeah, I just said that. We don't expect these backs to fix that, but it's a place we're happy to add some power, giving their room to do so, and the deck could use a little help. So, yeah, the deck needs some help. It needs some help getting back to where it once was. We're also looking at other changes that will possibly positively impact this archetype, so stay tuned. So, this is not the first, the only change that's coming to Haibo decks. It's good to see that these decks are actually getting some love. And can't wait to see them getting back up there. Now, after Haibo, we go to Nick Fury, who goes from a 4-5 to a 4-6. Not maybe the most irrelevant change in this OTA. If you run Nick Fury, if you're one of those rare people that run Nick Fury, you run him because he gives you those 6 cost cards that maybe if you are also running Queen Jet, you play 6 cost cards at 5 cost, and you're playing him because of that. The one power is not gonna make pretty much any difference. No one asked for this. He just have weird chains. Happy to see some underplayed cards get some love, but it's still not gonna bring Nick Fury to a high play rate. And in the developers note we have Nick Fury has been an underplayed card for a while, and it's still gonna be there, and has some room to gain power without being disruptive. Plus 6 power for 6 cost is elegant. Moving on. Long term, we're optimistic about finding a few more reasons to consider Nick over the current default options for filling one's hands with cards. Maybe Nick will get some more love in the future. For now, he's just gonna be a meh card. He's not gonna get anything. He's not gonna get much love right now in the meta. Eh. And the last change for this OTA, Alioth. Alioth is nowhere near where this fart cloud once was, because the Alioth meta was something. It was something. Now Alioth, sometimes you see it. You can see it in the big bats deck that came out a few weeks ago, where you ran a bunch of big bats with Ultron, Killmonger, Galactus, Alioth, cards like that. But yeah, Alioth is not that important right now. And I do think that this 610 is gonna be great. I do think this card is gonna get some love. And Ryan Alliance came out yesterday, so one more reason to play it. One more reason to play that cute variant. I mean, amazing art from Ryan Gonzalez. Anyways, the developer notes. Last but not least, Alliance is getting a power buff to improve its performance. We're conservative with the last adjustments to this card. We new players would rather see no Alliance than too much at the time. But we like 610 as the healthier number long term. With some outing-based strategies showing up again, this feels like it's time to help Live get a versatile 6-cost answer to endgame threats. So yeah, outing plays are getting some love now. A lot of disrupts that. This let's bring back a Lioth and give a little shake up to the meta. And that's it for today, for this week on OTA. So some important changes. It's nice to see Move getting some love because Move has been abandoned for quite some time, and the last change that they did to Move that did some damage. Yeah, it's nice to see some of these cards get changed. Now, what I'm gonna do right now is go go use to the data mines and go over those. So let's go there. And now we're here with the data mines. So last Tuesday we got a patch, and with every monthly patch, data mines come out. The new season pass gets leaked. New future cards get also leaked. Now these are data mines. So first of all, everything that will be shown here can change. Not everything is this is how it's gonna be released or this is when it's gonna be released, because Datamines SD has always the last word, and they can always change stuff before the actual release. As it says here, everything here is in final and subject to change by SD. Now, first, we have the season pass image. So the next few seasons are gonna be next season. We all know it's Deadpool and Wolverine. That's been confirmed. The Deadpool and Wolverine event will come. The thing with the bubs that they said in the IGN video, and a lot of other stuff that will come with that. Alliances are coming soon too. But yeah, that's next season. The season after that, it's Young Avengers. So we'll see those cards now because they're gonna appear here. But yeah, that's gonna be the season after Deadpool and Wolverine. And after that, we're getting this season, the Spider season. Spider season because it has a bunch of spider people in it. And after that, we're gonna see the some of the we're gonna see all of the cards soon once I start scrolling down. Yeah, after the spider season, we're getting this symbiote season. That season is gonna bring a lot of those symbiotes that were missing in the game because symbiotes, Venom, Carnage, and I think that's about it. Maybe I'm missing some. I don't know. But I think that's the only symbiotes that we had in game. It's nice to see more of those symbiotes getting here. So yeah, season pass image. Now, new keyword activate. That got leaked with some of the new cards that are coming in the Spiders season. It's not been confirmed, but we can all guess that some of the cards that are currently in the game are gonna be reward once this keyword comes out, and they're gonna get the activate keyword. It's I've seen people saying Kitty can go back to the original Kitty, because original Kitty, I don't know if a lot of people remember original Kitty. Instead of just directly coming back to your hand, you had to drag her down. You had to drag her to your hand, and that bug just break the game. It broke the game, and that led to Kitty being taken out for quite a few weeks. And then once they fixed that, they just put her like she's out to coming back to your hand. Turn ends, she comes back to your hand. Then you play her again. You don't need to drag her back. So yeah, current kitty. And with the because of the bug, they just for everyone that was playing at the moment, they just gave kitty for free. So if you were playing at that time, that's how you got kitty. If you don't remember. So yeah, people are saying kitty can go back to her original ability with activate. I've also seen some rumors about Zabu getting the activate thing. Don't know how they're gonna make it. I'm guessing you play Zabu, then you activate it, and that next turn your forecast will cost one less instead of being limited to the next turn where you play it. But this, yeah, let's read this first. It looks like a keyword describing when you can trigger an action one time at a later turn, maybe even turn you play. Looks like a one-time trigger. It also appears to be a reference to activate cost, suggesting a future card may require you pay an energy or more to activate the effect. Note the video isn't suggesting Nico will have an activate keyword, it's just the card that visual effect attached to it in the test. Uh, so yeah, this video right here, that's how the activate thing will work. So just click on the card and you activate it and the ability happens. So yeah, activate new keyword. That is gonna bring some good stuff to the game. Always new things are great. Can't wait to see what they do with this. Because as we're gonna see soon, a bunch of the new cards will have this keyword. And yeah, we'll see what they end up doing with this. Now, after that, we move to new borders. Matcha Black, Matcha Red, Cosmic Black, and unreleased borders. Matcha Black is coming up next month in a bundle with a stack of 12. Also, new borders, Distressed Black, Distressed Blue. All four of the new ones will come in Deadpool's Diner too. So this is Matcha Red, I think. Oh no, this is Distressed Red. Yeah, I didn't read that. Distressed Red, Distressed Blue, and this is Matcha Black, Matcha Red, and Cosmic Black. Yeah, Cosmic Black is the best one out of these. The rest are just meh. They're worse than neons. In my opinion, they're worse than neons. There will be some cards that obviously will look amazing with these borders, but we don't have them yet, so we can start trying out. Hey, this card, let's try this border. We don't, we haven't seen the full potential with this, so yeah, we'll just have to wait until they release and see what they can end up being. Which cards look great, which variants look great with this. Yeah, we got all we can do is just wait and see. But it is good that we're seeing that Second Dinner is starting to give borders for free or including borders in other things because most people border pay to win now. Border is paying gold just to make a card look pretty and use it on that. And a lot of people that just says no. I mean, I only have one border. I'm not rich with gold. I bought one border because I had a great split on my Dazzler and I bought the white neon for her. That's the only border I have ever bought. And it is good to see that in the current login rewards you have one green neon and two silver metallics. It's been rumored that in the Conquest shop, future Conquest shop, there will be some borders. The fact that the current login rewards have borders means future login rewards will probably also have borders. There will be bundles with borders. There will we already have the cheap borders on the shop when they appear because it takes some time for them to appear. But yeah, it's good to see that we're getting some access to free borders, and that's great because not a lot of people want to pay for them, but they do look good in some cards. They do look amazing. All right, now we're moving to new cards. New cards, and this is cards that got their abilities added and cards that got their text changed in the patch. Because some cards did get their text changed last patch. So yeah, let's move to those. Araña. Here we have the first activate. Give the last card you play +2 power and move it to the right. So this looks like a great addition to move decks. You play Araña on 2 and then just wait until you get the actual card that you want to move. Like Human Torch. Just wait to wait until you draw a Human Torch. You don't have to keep waiting with Araña in your hand. You play the Human Torch. You activate Araña, then you play Human Torch, and you have a 4 power Human Torch, and you move it to the right, which means 8 power Human Torch. With thanks to Araña, and then if you play Ghost Spider, in 2 turns you have a 16 power Human Torch, just like that. So it is good. It is a pretty good card. Is she gonna get changed? Probably. She will probably get changed, but we'll just again, it's Datamines. We're gonna have to wait and just see because it's still we're still like 2 months away from her release, so a lot of stuff can happen in 2 months. Okay, now Cassandra Nova. This is the card that we're gonna be able to get for free in the Deadpool Diner, because in there it's been shown we're gonna have a bunch of rewards, and one of those is gonna be this card, Cassandra Nova. She looks like a pretty good card, and she can be interesting with Wong decks, negative decks, Ravona, because one cost Ravona discounts her. So what she does is steal, drain the word drain. Maybe was a little bit unclear to some people, so they just changed it to steal. What this card does is when you play her, turn 3 opponent has 6 cards in hand, I think. So she gets 6 power, and all of your opponent's cards get the -1. So it's like a Scorpion that absorbs power for the cards in your opponent's deck. That's pretty much Cassandra Nova. And if you put her with Wong, obviously with Wong you're gonna have to play her a little bit later, but you can trigger her a bunch of times and just destroy your opponent's draws for those last turns. I can see her being pretty good. Yeah. Alright, next card is Madame Web. Ongoing, you can move one of your other cards away from Harry's turn. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. It's gonna add some extra thinking to move, because the cards that want to be moved, Vulture, Human Torch, Dagger, etc. All of those cards, you wanna leave them in the Madame Web lane, and then you wanna leave them there, and at the end of the turn, each turn, move them away. It's gonna add some thinking, but I don't see that being the only home, because you can do some tricky plays with it, because you can move them away. So that means you play something there. Opponent is not gonna know if you actually leave that 7 turns. You play a high vote hulking there, for example. Opponent is not gonna know if you are actually gonna move it or leave it there, or where do you move it. So it's gonna add some mind plays to the game, and That's great. Alright, next card is Marvel Boy. Marvel Boy got a really deserved nerf. The card is not even out, and it needed to be nerfed. A 3/3 that added +2 power each turn to your 1 cost is just straight up broken. Why? Turn 1 or turn 2, play Squirrel Girl, you have your 3/1 costs. Then turn 3, play Marvel Boy. I'm just gonna say the squirrels. So in turn 3, the squirrels will be 3 power. Turn 4, 5. Turn 5, 7. And turn 6, 9 power. So then that means 3 squirrels. No, not squirrels, 2 squirrels and Squirrel Girl. 9, 9 and 10 power. So 28 power. That was 20. If you can get the thing right, you can get the Squirrel Girl out early and Marvel Boy out in 3. That means 28 power. Well, 28 plus the 3 Marvel Boy power. So 31 power for a 3 cost is way too much. It's way too much. Because if you play Marvel Boy, you're gonna play Kyra. Because Killmonger. The week of Marvel Boy, Killmonger would be everywhere. Would be everywhere. So yeah, this card is also gonna bring back Kyra. Because you're getting bigger 1 cost. You you wanna protect them. Yeah, it got a much deserved nerf to a 3/2 that gives +1. So now the squirrels, instead of being 9 power, they will be 5 power, and squirrel will being 6. It is still good. It's still good. It's still 18 power if you can get the right combo out early. It's still great. It's still a great card, but way it is it is not as great, and that's good because this card is just straight up broken. It would this card would just bring you to new levels of OP, and yeah, it's good to see it getting nerfed because it needs it. Okay, now in a Marvel Boy, Odin also got his text changed. Now this change, we see here activate. We've seen new keyword is activate. Odin needed his text changed because this patch is setting up everything for the Deadpool's Diner and future stuff. And Odin has never changed the wording, never in his whole time being in this game. So why now? Why now change the Odin text? Because the activate keyword is coming out, and that is gonna mess up the whole logic of Odin. If it says activate, some people might think, hey, this is activate, so will trigger the activate stuff. It won't. So to avoid all of that, they just change them to repeat. Just a change to help future stuff. Alright, now we have Scarlet Spider and Scarlet Spider clone. Those two go in a pack because Scarlet Spider activate, add an exact clone of this to another location. So you play you play Scarlet Spider, and whenever you want, you get another a free 5 power card, a free 5 power. Now this card, if it releases with 5 power, this is gonna be an interesting card to use in C5 and another text, of course. But I like Cerebro. My mind most of the time goes to Cerebro decks. Yeah, this card's gonna be interesting in Cerebro decks because you don't know how it. If you can't imagine how it works, just think of a multiple man without the move stuff. Multiple man, you move him, and then you have 2. Here you play Scarlet Spider, and when you activate it, you add this Scarlet Spider clone to another location. So instead of moving, you activate it. Pretty much like, yeah, like multiple RAM, similar. Alright, next we have Cersei. It changed from if able to if possible. Change of wording, not much behind this, just a change of words. That's it. Alright, and then we move to, yeah, the last two cards of this season. Silver Sable a while ago got Datamine to, you can only play this at a location where you have plus 6 total power. It gets changed to steal 2 power from the top card in your opponent's deck. So here we go again with the steal keyword. This is gonna be good in bounce because it's a 1 cost. So in usual bounce you run Falcon and you run Beast, so that means you can bounce her back twice, and that ends up being a 1/5, and you've taken out 4 power out of your opponent's cards because the top card is the card that you draw next. So you've taken out 4 power out of cards that they draw. So she's gonna be great in bounce. Maybe she'll get a little bit of use outside of bounce, maybe, but I think her main home's gonna be bounce. And yeah, the last card, the season pass card, is Symbiote Spider-Man. It's good to see other versions of the current characters get their cards in the game, because that's gonna open up doors for, I'm not gonna start listing characters, but it's gonna open up doors for other versions of characters that are currently in the game. And yeah, that's good. But yeah, with Symbiote Spider-Man, if you buy the season pass, you're already gonna have a one activate card, and this is merge your lowest cost card here with this. Copy its tail like it's just revealed. So one interesting combo that we're gonna see with Symbiote Spider-Man probably is Galactus. Why? Here's where the thing. Here's where the you can really understand with the Galactus interaction. So you place a Symbiote Spider-Man on 4 or on 5 on one lane alone, and then you play Galactus, and then you activate the symbiote. What happens? I honestly don't know how it's gonna fully work. Why? Because we haven't seen how activates actually work. But my guess is you play Galactus, then because you symbiote Spider-Man the Galactus, that means you're gonna have an 11 power Galactus, and that is pretty good. Having an 11 power Galactus, not a lot of cards to stop it. Not a lot of cards to stop an 11 power Galactus. So yeah, this card's gonna be pretty good because it is like a Grandmaster without the move thing. Yeah, it does work like a Grandmaster. You trigger the unreveal again. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty interesting card. And you know the cards that got Datamine abilities. Now we move to Venom Carnage season. So this is the season that's gonna go after the Spider-Man season. This season comes out then. Sometimes SD launches their seasons with good timing with movies. So Deadpool and Wolverine season is releasing that season because the movie is releasing in that month. We've had a bunch of other seasons getting released with the timing of a movie of with that theme getting released. I'm not gonna list any examples, but mostly because I don't exactly remember Yeah, Venom movie, Venom 3 comes out in October. This is gonna be the October season, and in this season we're gonna have Anti Venom, Agent Venom. So two cards that a lot of people asked for, because a lot of people wanted the Agent Venom and Anti Venom to come out in the game. So we're gonna have those. Plus Misery, Scorn, Toxin, and Scream. I'd say it looks like an interesting lineup of cards. We of course don't know their abilities yet. We don't know what they're gonna do, but they look like interesting cards. And we have a new reference card. So Fenris Wolf, Frigga, and Malekith. Now new reference cards. This is gonna. This makes everyone think that November season, because symbiote season is October, so November season is gonna be Asgard themed season, and it looks interesting because a lot of important Asgardian characters are still not in the game, and it's good to see that some of them might actually end up coming to the game. We might finally get Surtur in here. Malekith looks like Malekith. In the movies, Malekith is a shit villain. In the comics, he is a pretty big one. So, yeah, that bunch of other characters finally getting some more Asgardians in the game. That's always great. Alright, this is the updated cards. We've been over those. Now, reaction sets. These have been datamined, so that means this will probably come out in the Carnage Venom season. Now, how are you gonna be able to get these? Later in the article, you'll be able to see it, so I'll explain that later, so I don't have to repeat myself twice. So I don't have to explain everything twice. So yeah, we'll get to those later, and you'll see how you can get them. Yeah, moving on. Deadpool's Diner, you'll be able to buy tokens with gold. Keys will also be a part of the reward shop. You'll be able to buy tokens with gold. I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't know if this is gonna make the event go pay to win. But keys being part of the reward shop is good. Being able to get more keys for free, just grinding a little bit the event, is good. Alright, then alliances got a new UI. Mostly when you're creating, you can put a theme to alliances. So as we can see here, there are a bunch of themes, and that is pretty much the menu for when you create a new alliance. Alliances are coming out, I think it was the 22nd of July. I might be mistaken. Uh, I think it does the date, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, alliances are coming in less than a month. It's good to see them. And as for me in alliances, I honestly don't know if I'll end up creating one and just putting a bunch of people from my Twitch chat and other people that I know from Twitter and stuff in there, or I'll just join one. Not sure yet. We'll see once alliances come out. Okay, now that we've been over the alliances new UI, we have two new locations that will come out in the Spider-Man season, probably. So we have Brooklyn Bridge and Oroslav. Brooklyn Blitz, Bridge. You can play cards here 2 turns in a row. So turn 1 you play a card there. Turn 2 you can't play anything. Turn 3 you can play a card there. Turn 4 you can't play anything. That's how it works. Just another location. And Oroslav is like a mini Dokok. So next card you play here pulls a card from the enemy side from the hand. So Dokok pulls 4 cards if possible. This will pull just 1. So yeah, a mini Dokok. Alright, then we have New Conquest variant, this Storm, pretty good. Storm, another card with a lot of great variants. Yeah, new variant for Storm coming out soon in Spotlights. Spotlights no, in Conquest. Alright, then we move to the Spotlights thing. These can change, they're not 100% this is gonna be what comes out. I mean, some of these aren't even complete, as you'll see soon. But yeah, let's go over them real quick. So first, this is confirmed. This first week, if it says not confirmed, it's confirmed because this is the last week of the season. And in this week, we have Arishem, Hercules, and Black Swan. Black Swan, Black Swan is another one of those cards that I've seen rumored to get the Activate thing, so we'll see about that. But yeah, we have these three cards. Pretty, I mean, it's not the best week to open. A lot of people are gonna get Arishem because of the memes. Arishem is meme at its peak. The rest of the week, Hercules got buffed, so Hercules won't be this 4-7 version, it will be the 3-4. And Black Swan is just decent card in bounds, suit, stuff like that. Nothing too great outside of it. Yeah, this week a lot of people won't have these cards. I'd say it's a pretty good week to open. Okay, then we move to the Deadpool and Wolverine season. Here we have Hydra Bob, Nebula, and Galactus. Here's when stuff can actually change. Pretty good week if you don't have Nebula Galactus. Hydra Bob, first card that interacts with snaps, but it's just not a great card. I mean, it's a 1/4, so it's not bad stats, but it relies on the snap mechanic. It is interesting to see cards that interact with snaps come out. It's good to see that, but it just randomly moves and it can screw you up. And this will also be, if you're playing Hydra Bob, you also are gonna be more careful with when do you snap, when do you want Hydra Bob to move. Overall, I say pretty good card, pretty good week to open because Galactus is always fun when you play Galactus. Nebula is one of the best one cost in the game. So overall, pretty good week to open, but because of these two cards, not due. Okay, then we have Darkhawk, Barrow Reveal, and Ajax. So Ajax, ongoing +1 for each card in play with a negative power. So each card that you afflicted with Hazmat, for example, Ajax will get that power. Now, if you play Luke Cage, Ajax will lose that power because those cards are not afflicted with negative power. They're not. Now, this card is gonna bring out some of those toxic decks that you rarely see in play. Some of those decks with US Agent, Man-Thing, Scorpion, Hazmat, cards like that. They're gonna have a little bit of a comeback with Ajax because Ajax benefits from all of those cards. We'll see how this ends up being. And then we have Darkhawk and Barrow Reveal. Two great cards. Two really great cards. Another decent week to open, but again, not because of the new card, but because of the other two cards. Okay, moving on, we have Copycat. So, Copycat is gonna be a great tech card, and she can be pretty good in mill type of decks. Why? Because The bottom card is the last card that the opponent draws. That's the bottom card. So, in normal decks, you will never, the opponent will never draw the card that copycat did her effect. The opponent will never draw that card. Now on mill, with mill you cable is okay. In a normal game, no limbo, nothing. You end up having 3 cards on deck at the end of the game. Now cable gladiator and Zemo. Play those 3 cards or maximums. The opponent will end up drawing the card that copycat stole her ability, and they just have a dead card, dead power card. So I'd say copycat is a pretty good card, and this is a good week to open. Cool has stopped seeing as much play as he had. Not a lot of people currently play Cool. It's still not a bad card because it's just 410 with a easy condition to me, because you just need a 1 cost in that lane. So easy condition to me. Cool is a pretty good card. And Thanos. Thanos is Thanos. Thanos is coming back now because with the stones changes that we had not so long ago, that just made the stones pretty much fully focused on Thanos, and that really helped a lot to the archetype. And yeah, I'd say this is a pretty good week because of the 3 cards, not just because of the other cards. So pretty good week to open. And then I mentioned it before, some of these weeks don't have a card, they're missing a card. This is one of those, because in here we have Proxima and Hope. Good week to open, but we don't know the new card in this week, so we're gonna have to wait and actually see the full week. But overall, Hope is an amazing card, an amazing 3 cost, and Proxima is pretty good in this card decks. Not Hela discard, the normal discard with Dracula, Apoc, Modok discards. Proxima is pretty good in those, and she has been seen in the with Macari's, the Surfer discard archetype did a little bit of a comeback, and Proxima is in those decks too. So yeah, Proxima is a pretty good card because you don't need to run her discard, but it's a free 7 that you get. Free 7 power is great. Okay, now we're moving to the season after the Polar Wolverine. In here we have Red Hulk, Marvel Boy, and Blob. This week you should open. Marvel Boy is not as great as he was earlier, before the recent change that he had. Still pretty great card. Blob, we've stopped seeing a lot of Blob when he was nerfed. It's still a nice power card, and Red Hulk is good. Red Hulk is great. So yeah, I do recommend opening this week. Then we move to Weekend, Loki, and Pixie. This Pixie variant is amazing, by the way. It's amazing. And overall this week, I'd say it's pretty solid. Loki, great card. Pixie is a card that you either love or hate. That's Pixie. You either love her or hate her. And Weekend, I don't love his ability, because I mean, one thing that Weekend decks will most likely run, at least the first few days, Weekend's gonna bring Quicksilver and Domino to decks. Why? If you spend all your energy this game plus 2 max energy, what does this mean? You need to play all of your energy before you play Weekend. You can't float any energy, so that means you need to have a 1 cost in turn 1 play your two costs in turn 2, your 3 costs in turn 3, or equivalent energy. Why do I say Quicksilver and Domino? Because with Quicksilver you have a turn 1 play secured, with Domino you have a turn 2 play secured, and you just need to draw Weaken by turn 4 and have a turn 3 play secure. So maybe we can see some playing Surfer decks that run a bunch of 3 costs. We'll see. But yeah, I can say we can bring in life to those 2 cards, to Quicksilver and Domino. We'll see how we can end up being on release. But yeah, I'd say this is also a pretty good week to open. Now, we move to Speed, Jeff, and this amazing Arrow Lab. So, Speed, I'm going +1 power for each turn in which you spend all your energy. So, Speed is like Weaken. It requires for you to spend all of your energy. It benefits from it. I don't love this card. I don't love it. Why? Because +1 for all your energy spent. That means 6 turns in a game. Just if you get lucky enough to not float energy, because you sometimes can't avoid floating energy because you don't have the place for that turn, so you can spend all your energy. So in an ideal game, this is gonna be a 6-9. A 6-9, no, a 3-9. But we've seen before, Marvel Boy is 316, I think it was. Not sure, not gonna redo the math in my head. I think it was 316. Or Sage, you can easily get Sage to 10 power, and then you Odin or something and more power. Don't love it because you can get bigger with other cards. But we'll see how this card ends up being in release. But yeah, the rest of this week is amazing. Jeff, always great. Jeff is an amazing card. And Idol Lad is another amazing card. And I'll open this week. And this week, if I don't pull this Idol Lad variant, it's gonna be one of the first time, it's probably gonna be the first time that I open after getting the new card, because here's how I open my keys. Open till you get the new card, stop. That's how I spend my keys. I never hunt for variants. I'm glad if I can get the variants that I want before getting the new card, but once I get the new card, I stop. That's what I do. This week will probably be the exception if I don't get lab before getting speed, because I need this variant. I need it. I just need it. Okay, then last week of the Young Avengers season, we have Hulkling, Emperor Hulkling, Cannonball, and Nimrod. Decent week. Hulkling, at the start of the game, copy the text from a random 6 cost card. So, this is RNG. So sometimes you're gonna get a 611 Galactus. Sometimes you're gonna get a 611 Hulk that does absolutely nothing. It's RNG. Sometimes you're gonna get good value. Sometimes you're gonna get trash. Overall, I'd say it starts out in stats, it's pretty good because it is still 11 power. So we'll see what Emperor Hulkling ends up being. We'll see how relevant he ends up being in the meta. We'll see. But yeah, other than that, we have Cannonball and Nimrod. Cannonball has stopped seeing as much play without the Professor X combo, because Cannonball Professor X was broken. That was way too good. It needed to be nerfed, and it got nerfed. And then we have Nimrod, just good card. That's about it. Nimrod is a good card that works in some specific decks. Okay, then another incomplete week. Silver Sable and Mockingbird, great week. Mockingbird, one of the best cards in the game. A card that you can easily get to. A Mysterio Mockingbird, it's you get Mockingbird for 2 cost, and that's just one option. You can easily get her to free 9 power. And free 9 power, it's great. It's a great card. And Silver Sable is not bad either, as we've seen before. Still, incomplete week. We still have to see the last card that's gonna be in this week. We have to see if they change anything. I mean, overall, it's a pretty good week, even though we don't know everything. Okay, now we move to Madame Web, Alayoth, and Silk. Great week. It's weird seeing a Spider-Verse Silk variant, mostly because Silk is not in any of the Spider-Verse movies. And yeah, overall, pretty good week. Nothing much to say about it, because we've been over Madame Web earlier. Pretty good week, yeah. Okay, then we have Araña, Miss Marvel, and Sage. This is a great week. Araña is a great card for move, and Miss Marvel and Sage are just 2 overall great cards. Plus, these variants are pretty good. But yeah, you should definitely open for this week. You should definitely open. And yeah, this is the last one. Yeah, last week of spotlights that we have Datamine. And here we have Scarlet Spider, Scar, and White Widow. Another great week. Scarlet Spider, we've been over this. It's 410. 410 is great. Scar, 410. If 410, if you don't hold Buster it, if you hold Buster Scarlet Spider, you have hold Buster of if you Forge, Nakia, Okoye, Fastos, buff. If you buff him in any way, it's even more power. So it is a pretty good card. Then we have Scar. Decent card. You do need some beat boys to play Scar. Scar is good with decks that run cool, that run crossbones. You need to get the cheapest card to get some good value out of it. And then White Widow is great card. It should probably get nerfed a little bit because it's just way too good. And this variant is amazing. This variant is just straight up amazing. But yeah, that's it for spotlights. Now we move to the new variants. Yeah, new variants. So here we have Agent Venom and Anti Venom. We've seen them before. These are not new variants. These are the base art. Then we have 2 new Annihilus variants. This source album. So this means this is an Alex Horley variant. For those who don't know, this is Alex Horley variant. So with this we can assume that an Alex Horley album is in the works, and sometime soon it should release. So yeah, a Alex Horley album coming out sometime soon. Then Araña, and we have 2 variants for Araña. This Spotlight variant that we've seen earlier, and a super rare, pretty good variants. Then we have this armor, amazing armor. Amazing armor. Who's the artist for this armor? Pandart. Good job, Pandart. Great armor. Okay, then we have Better Reveal, comic book Better Reveal, great variant, pretty great variant. Then Black Panther, Alex Horley Blade. This variant is gonna come out for the album. It's not confirmed, that's my guess. It's gonna come out for the album, and it is a pretty solid blade. Then have this pretty good Captain America that's gonna be a rare variant. A great Carnage too, bundle Carnage, great variant, yeah. Then we have Dan Hip, Daredevil, solid variant, solid and hip. This destroyer, it is pretty good. It is pretty great. This destroyer. Then Doc Ock, no, I'm sorry, but this variant just doesn't do it for me. I don't like it. This Doc Ock, on the other hand, it says Conquest Shop, so we can expect this Doc Ock being a future Conquest Shop. A future Conquest Shop, so in the September season, so in Spider season, apparently we're gonna get Doc Ock as the Conquest variant. It's Datamines, so it's not confirmed. We'll see what happens. But yeah, then we move to Doctor Strange. Pretty solid Doctor Strange. Then there's this Peach Mimoko Gambit. If you love Peach Mimoko, this is a must-have. Great Gambit. Then we have a Ghost Spider. If you know me, I have almost every Ghost Spider variant in the game. I'm only missing her pixel because she just doesn't want to show up in my shop or in a random mystery variant or something. Doesn't want to show up. But yeah, we have this Ghost Spider. I hope it's not hard to get. And we have this other one. No, it's not confirmed, but there's a variant with similar art that I'll show later, and it says bundle. So later, once we get to the other variant, I'll fully explain that. We have this great Gilgamesh, just great Gilgamesh. This Green Goblin with similar art to the Doko. That art just, I don't like it. I don't like this variant. This Green Goblin on the other hand is pretty good, and it is good that we're actually seeing Green Goblin being green. I know that's weird, but that's a weird thing to say. But if you see the current full Green Goblin variants, all of them, like half of them are Red Goblin, not half of them are Red Goblin and not Green Goblin. So it's good that we're seeing some Green Goblin variants come out. Okay, next we have Havoc, Tarhip Havoc. Pretty solid Havoc, I'd say. We have this pretty good Hawkeye. It is a pretty great variant. Hazmat, same type of style as the earlier Dokok and Green Goblin. Not, I don't love it, but this I'd say is better than those two. Still not a huge fan of those. Then we have Comic Book Hercules. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. We move to Pandart Monkey. I'll get this. I have every monkey variant in the game. I want to stay complete, so I'll get this. And it's pretty good. Then a great Iceman. Pretty great Iceman. Now this Iron Lad. This Iron Lad scares me. Everything about this is unknown. Everything being release date and source. We don't know what it's gonna be, but we do know the artist, and the artist is Justin Fields. Now, if you don't know who Justin Fields is, that person has two variants in the game currently, and those are the Ironheart that was recently in a bundle, that $100 bundle that was out a few days ago. That's a Justin Fields variant, and the other one was another $100 bundle in Finout. Now, the only two variants of an artist being $100 bundles scares me for this and for the other variant of the artist that is in this list. It is not setting a good baseline for that artist. I mean, the variants are absolutely amazing. Just take a look at this lab. It's so freaking good, but it is scary because it might end up being a really expensive bundle, and not a lot of people will be able to get it. But yeah, moving on. Iron Man, not amazing, still pretty solid. Now this Iron Man is gorgeous. This variant is so good, just so good. Okay, now we move to kitties. A comic book kitty, pretty good, pretty good. And this kitty bundle, also pretty good. We'll see if this kitty ends up being a really expensive bundle or not. We'll see. Okay, then we have Craven. This Craven is like the other 299 or 399 variants. Just meh. But then we have this. This Craven with a skull with a spider mask there. Straight up amazing variant. Just amazing variant. Then he played the strike, pretty solid. The spoiled Madame Web, a Madame Web that is more the movie Madame Web, kinda. Then a pretty good Man Thing, pretty great variant. Then we have the season pass Miles Morales that we've seen at the beginning of the Datamines in the season pass image. Misery, the Spotlight Mockingbird that we've seen earlier. Two amazing Moon Knights. This is the better one in my opinion, and it's a super rare. This is the better one, but this one is not bad either. This one is also pretty good. Okay, then we have Nightcrawler. Great variant. Great variant. This artist has a Spider-Woman and I think a few more variants in the game. Pretty good art style. Pretty solid Nightcrawler. And it is super rare. Okay, then we have this Nocturne unknown. The unknown release date and stuff. Solid Nocturne. Good to see cards with all these poly variants in the game getting some new variants. Oh my god, this is just big no. This is just huge no. Just no. Fastos. Great variant. Fastos is the last card that got released when I'm recording this. So overall pretty great. Pretty good, pretty solid variant. Okay, then we have Polaris bundle. Looks amazing, this Polaris. Looks amazing. Then we have Psylocke. Now, this Psylocke I like that we're starting to see another different art style for Venomized variants. The current Venomized variants, it's Venom in different shapes. That's the current Venomized lineup. Venom in different shapes and outfits. So, and I don't love the art style. I don't love the Venomized variants that are currently out. Some of those more unique ones are great, but most of them are just mid. That's my opinion. I know there are some people that love them. I'm not a huge fan of them. It's art. Everyone has their own opinion about that. But yeah, I like that we're seeing a different type of art slide, a different type of art style with Venomized, and can't wait to see more of these different Venomized type of variants. Right, moving on, we have pretty solid Sabertooth, but it is Sabertooth. No one cares about you. The Spotlight Scarlet Spider, pretty good. This other Scarlet Spider, 700 gold. Good variant. Pretty good variant. Scorn, Misery. Pandarsera is pretty solid. Pretty solid. Rian She-Hulk is a must buy. When this once this variant is out, I'm gonna buy her. I will. And we have to the other part of the bundle that I mentioned earlier, the Ghost Spider bundle. If you've seen the Ghost Spider, this has the same art style, and these two will be in a bundle, and this scares me. Because I don't know, I really hope it doesn't, it's not a really expensive bundle. I hope so. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, these variants are also pretty solid. Okay, then we have Spotlight Saber Serval, we've seen this one earlier. The other Justin Fields variant, I mentioned there was two. This is the other one. Best Silver Samurai in the game, hands down. Best Silver Samurai. Again, I hope this is not a really expensive bundle, because it is a bundle. Okay, next one we have an amazing Star-Lord. Maybe best Star-Lord in the game. Amazing variant. Then Season Pass Symbiote Spider-Man. Then we have comic book Symbiote Spider-Man. Again, this is a pretty good one. We have Tiny Head Max Regal Thanos. Pretty good variant. Tiny Head is weird. Then Toxin, Viper. This Viper is unknown, but I'm thinking this is gonna be Ultimate. It is Fantasy variant, and we've seen that most of the Fantasy variants are Ultimates, if not all of them. I'm not sure, but yeah, most of them or all of them are Ultimate variants. This is probably gonna join the team. But yeah, pretty solid Viper. And then we have Shan Galloway. I think that's Shan. Yeah, how you pronounce the name? I don't know. Shan Galloway Werewolf. Great Werewolf. Great Werewolf. Then this amazing White Widow. This might even be better than the Archer. Might even be better than the Archer. And those are some big words there. And then the last one is this X-23. Pretty solid X-23. Alright, right here we have the release dates of a bunch of variants. I'm gonna slowly scroll down so you can see the variants. My voice is starting to hurt, so I'm just gonna go over this fast and so you can see them. Some great stuff here. Brian Silver Sable, Pete Momoko Seal, Jeff Storm. This is gonna be a promo variant. Then have the new card packs. These two are gonna be the season pass ones, and this is gonna be the infinite one. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, then we move to new emotes. So we have three new emotes. Unknown. We don't know when or how they're gonna come out. But Toby dancing Spidey is so good. You have this dino which is meh. It's just meh. And me and the voice is also pretty good. And first emote that includes a bunch of other characters. Good to see that they're starting to make emotes that isn't just the one character. And then we have these four. And these four we're gonna see them. I think all of them we're gonna see them now in the albums thing. So pretty good albums. Albums no, emotes. Alright. First of all we have Flaviano. This album I think it's just gonna have three new variants: Havoc, Storm, and Lad. This album is amazing. This Negasonic is amazing. Okay, now Neil emote, so good. I don't know if I'll try to complete it because some Flaviano is some of them I love them, some of them I hate them. For example, this lad is crazy good, Chloe is crazy good, Tribunal is crazy good, and then Heimdall, Odin, those are variants that I don't specifically like. I don't have Heimdall and Odin because I pulled them, but those are not variants that I really love. I don't know if I'll be completing this album. I'm trying to focus on other ones right now. We'll see. But yeah, overall, pretty solid album. Right, then we have Pandora's Box Part 2. I think Cyclops, Brood, maybe no, this Collins has been released. Okay, so only Cyclops is the only unreleased variant here, I think. Yeah, all of them have been released except that. Pretty good album. The emote is not amazing. It's not a crazy good emote. The album is not bad because you get an Alioth, Series 5 card just with 6 and 700 how many? Two, three. There are three 700s, so target the three 700s and get the other three 1200, and you get a Lyoth. Alright, then we have Luca Claretti. This album I have 5. I don't think I bought any of them, I just pulled them. And album, this is the only unreleased variant, that and Speed. The only 2 unreleased variants. Pretty good album. This Mr. Sinister is crazy good. Bunch of these variants are really great. And this emote and this variant are great. So yeah, this is a pretty solid and not hard to complete album because okay, there are a bunch of 1200, but there are also some 700 gold variants, and I think I have all of the 700. Okay, next. Now here is where earlier we saw the Venom and Carnage reaction sets. Here's where you can get them. First, there's three Datamine albums that will come out. So first we have Deadpool. This is gonna come out in the Deadpool season. Now, how will this work? You you need 9 variants. With one variant, you get the Deadpool avatar. With 3 Deadpool variants, you get the 1000 credits. With 6, you'll get this variant. And with 9, you'll get the reaction set. There are 9 release variants. Now, these bonus variants, if you have, I don't know, you have this Deadpool, Pixel Deadpool, Baby Deadpool, Taco Deadpool, and this Deadpool, that's 5. And then you bought this bundle a while ago. So I mean you have 6 Deadpools, you get this. The bonus variants count and help you get to the rewards without needing to have all of the shop variants. And I don't know if there's gonna be extra rewards for the bonus. Not sure. We'll see how that works once it comes out. But yeah. Now we move to the Wolverine. Is the season is Deadpool and Wolverine, so of course we're gonna have both albums. Great variants. Wolverine has a lot of great variants. I really hope this is not a extremely expensive bundle because jeez, this goes hard. But yeah, these albums are, I don't know if they're gonna get bigger once new variants come out. If later in the game a new Wolverine variant gets added to the shop rotation, it's gonna get added to this album. It's gonna make it even easier. I don't know that. We'll see. But yeah, overall pretty solid album. Because hell, most of these are 700. I mean, most of these, half of them are 700. I don't have the season pass and the conquest one. So pretty easy album to get to a decent reward. And then the last one, yeah, because then we'll go to the titles. So last album is Chavez. In Chavez we have 700, 700, 1200 Ryan, sorry, 700, 700, another 1200, and 700. Easy album to complete. I mean, in this album, I think I have all of them except Venomized, and I have this Pride variant. So just once this album comes out, I'm gonna have the Savage reaction set, which is awesome. So yeah, and I think that's all of the albums. I'm not gonna read the titles. If you want to read them, get these are them. If you want to read them, stop the video, read them. Again, my voice is starting to fail. So yeah, and yeah, that's all of the data mines. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of today's video. Next video will be probably Sunday. Don't know what's gonna be yet. Maybe a deck guide or something. I don't know yet. But yeah, that's the end of today's video. If you watched till the end, thank you for watching. I think this, I don't know the exact time, how much is gonna last the video, but I think it's gonna be a pretty long one going over this. So thank you for watching. If you got to this point, don't forget to like, subscribe, etc. Sorry for the ads being here. I don't have an ad blocker. There's nothing I can do about those. So sorry about that. But yeah, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.